going to have to move. Sure, it wasn't his parents' fault, but by the time they'd told Joon, they had given up on finding a place anywhere nearby and were looking for a new house outside Setauket, which meant he'd have to switch schools, which was absolutely not okay. "They're right below us," Joon whispered. "Told you," Rachel whispered back. I knew this was the perfect spot, she thought. Listening, she heard the footsteps halt directly beneath them, inside Mom and Dave's room. As she'd hoped, Mom and Dave's voices drifted up to the attic as clearly as if Rachel were hiding under their bed. "Pink or white?" Dave asked. "Are we really supposed to care what color the napkins are?" Mom asked. "For what it's worth, I don't think there's a wrong answer." Ugh, more wedding planning. Rachel'd hoped to overhear something important, or at least interesting. She certainly didn't care what color the napkins were. "Sorry," she whispered to Joon. Joon shrugged, as if to say he didn't mind. He probably didn't. After spending yesterday helping his parents sort through closets, he'd showed up at her house this morning and begged her to think of something to do that didn't have anything to do with the move. He always said the word like it was capitalized. She'd brainstormed about 20 different ideas, but spying from the attic had been her best one. It had been that way since the day they met back in kindergarten. She came up with the ideas, and he supplied the "let's do it." She and Joon had been the first two kids tagged out during Capture the Flag. Rachel had studied the elementary school playground, studied him, and then announced they weren't out, they were pirates. And pirates didn't have to follow the rules. Joon had jumped into action immediately. In less than 10 minutes, they'd stolen the flag, won the game, gotten disqualified, and become best friends forever. Now, at age 11, they'd outgrown being pirates. Instead, this summer, they were spies. She just wished she'd picked a better mission for today. Not that this is a total waste, she thought. It was never a bad thing to spend an afternoon hiding out with your best friend in the entire world, especially when there could be a limited number of days like this left. White napkins, Mom decided. Shaped into swans. No, armadillos. Not sure they can do armadillos, Dave said, but we can ask. Flat on his stomach across from her, Joon mouthed, "Armadillos?" Rachel shrugged. She was 99% sure Mom was joking. Her nose began to itch again. She pulled out the tissue and pressed it to her nostrils. "Don't sneeze," she ordered herself. She crinkled her nose like a rabbit. Maybe she shouldn't have lain down on the attic floor. Dust coated everything up here. Floor, beams, cardboard boxes, her old Barbie house, a broken rocking chair. It was impossible not to breathe it in. And once she did, "Do not sneeze," she thought. "More important than napkins," Dave began. "Actually more important?" Mom said. "Or do we need to decide how many spoons per guest? Because I vote 6 spoons, or 7, at least 8. "Well, we do need to decide. Never mind. There's something else I want to talk about. I had an idea for a present for Rachel. I think she'll like it, but..." A present? Ooh, that was interesting. "Not another dog," Mom said firmly. "1 is enough." "Not a dog." "Or a cat." "It's not a cat." "No emu." "I promise, no emu," Dave said. "It's a family heirloom, a ring. Because you're getting a new ring, and I'm getting a new ring, and I thought it would be nice." That was nice, though Rachel didn't ever wear jewelry, and she didn't actually want a ring. She would rather get another dog. Or an emu. But it was still sweet. She'd have to remember to pretend to be both surprised and grateful when he gave it to her. "What's wrong with it?" Mom asked.